Like the initiate who attempts magic for the first time and discovers hidden power, you too have a special power that is yet to be discovered. Let the cards reveal the magic of the witch. Welcome, fellow Mooncats, to the 5th video in a series of 8 special readings, taking us all the way up to Halloween night. Each of these readings is drawn from an element associated with the hallowed evening. The custom of divination at this time of year is a rich tradition, as it's well known to be an auspicious time for communication with spirit. And so we continue the tradition with tonight's reading, The Magic of the Witch. If you look, you will see 3 major arcana cards in the center of the table, drawn from the Hocus Pocus tarot deck. The cards portray the Sanderson sisters, each with their own special power. For option 1, we have Sarah as the High Priestess. For option 2, we have Winifred as the Magician. And for option 3, we have Mary as the Moon. I'll give you a moment now to choose your witch. It's okay to choose more than one, even if you choose all 3. For those of you who chose Sarah Sanderson, or the High Priestess, this is your reading. Welcome to the Magic of the Witch. In this reading, we are going to seek to find what is your magic power. To begin with, choosing the High Priestess says something of the nature of the power that you have. High Priestess isn't just a practitioner of magic, she is a scholar of magic. She carries ancient wisdom, and she is so empowered or connected with the divine that she becomes a bridge between heaven and earth. And she helps with communication between heaven and earth. So these are some of the aspects that we're going to examine as we go through the reading. I've already selected some tarot cards out on the table, but I'm not going to start the tarot reading just yet. I'm going to begin with an oracle, and I'm going to turn to the oracle, Season of the Witch. The reason I'm choosing this oracle is because it's going to explain how to prepare for your power and what to expect. And so, let's begin with your first oracle card. And your first oracle card is Broom. What dreams may come from what you seek. Make room, make way, a clearing need be. This card is telling you that it's time to clean up your environment. It's quite literal. And it's also talking about spiritual cleansing. So there are different practices for spiritual cleansing, and some that you might consider, like taking a smudge stick and saging. Saging your room, and burning sage, like sage incense. You could also consider taking a salt bath. Himalayan salt, sea salt, is easy to find, and it's very pure. So that can be a good choice for using in a salt bath. If you don't have a bath, you can take a shower and use it, mix the salt in with your body wash for a salt scrub. So there are different ways to cleanse. Also, simply just taking care of your hygiene and like give yourself a pamper day, because there are times we get so busy that we do the bare minimum, and that's somewhat neglectful for ourselves. So take the time to do your, well, it's not really spring cleaning, but take the time to do the cleaning of your environment and clean yourself. And finally, beyond the physical cleaning and the physical clearing, it's also time to do some deep meditation and some deep spiritual work for mental clarity. So it can be very challenging work to do. When I speak of doing spiritual work, I'm talking about looking deep within your experiences. It's a great time of year to review the year behind and prepare for the year ahead. So consider what you've been through in the past year. Consider all the different, let's say, reactions that you've had to situations, how they've affected you, how you've responded. And it's a time to look at it in a very honest way, so that we can uncover the things that we hide from ourselves. And so that's why I say it can be very challenging work to do. But there's a reason for all of this cleaning and clearing. And the reason is to prepare for what's coming in. And it's actually going to be very important to be ready for that, for what's coming in. That is why this card has come out. So make sure that you're taking care of this, doing the cleaning and the cleansing, and doing the very most difficult spiritual work. Try not to avoid it. But definitely it's time, especially during this week, it's time to get that done, because you're preparing for what's coming next. Okay, let's get your second oracle card. Your second oracle card is Black Cat. There's a curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. I was just speaking of really what would be called shadow work, than when I was speaking about doing the difficult spiritual work. And here we have this card, the journey into the depths of the unknown, and what's hidden so deep that only the brave can return. It is very difficult work to do, but it is also very rewarding, because when you do reveal the things that have been hidden, it's liberating. It's freeing. It empowers you. And then we can't see this card without talking about the qualities of a cat. It's a very lovely cat sitting there. Cats are extremely independent creatures. They do not ask for or seek your approval. They're not even concerned with it. Pleasing themselves and being their authentic selves comes so naturally to cats. There's no question about living that way. And so this is what you're going to be called to develop in the time ahead, is that ability to be completely independent. And the thing about cats is, well, of course, the story of 9 lives. We see those 9 candles, the 9 lives of the cat. So interpreting that into human experience, we go through cycles in our life, just like the cycle of the tarot card, just like the cycle of the major arcana. We go through life cycles, and as we complete an adventure, a new one begins, and we change. The experiences that we go through change us. They change us permanently in a way that you can never return to the person you were before. That's why there is that saying, you can never go home again. Of course, that's not literal. What they're saying is that it won't be the same place. It won't feel the same. And that's talking about the difference between being the person who's never left that place where they grew up, and then going out and experiencing the world. You can't come back and be innocent again. There's no returning to that. You can have memories of it, sure. But this is not a sad experience that I'm talking about. Because evolution and change is a part of what keeps us going and keeps us motivated, keeps us alive. Without evolution and change, we would be living a zombie-like existence. So the lit up candles, the 9 lives of the cat, this, again, is not a literal number, but to say that you have had or will have bountiful experiences in your life that are extremely valuable, thus the light on the candle, and therefore changing you through that cycle in ways that create permanent change, in ways that evolve you, like a mutation. I'm trying to state this in positive ways, really, and it's not quite coming out. This is not to frighten you, because what I'm talking about is actually a very positive thing. What I'm talking about is yourself evolving, yourself growing and evolving. So we wouldn't want to stay in the phase of a toddler forever. We wouldn't want to stay in the phase of we wouldn't want to stay in the phase of a child forever. And it's the same as we become adults. We just stop paying attention so much. And the phases might be longer or shorter, depending on your life path. So a baby's growth is charted from week to week and month to month. As an adult, well, how the timing of the chart, that's going to be different for everyone. So your life is to be filled with these valuable experiences that are teaching you in a thorough way that is going to change you in ways that are good growth. This experience, this evolution, this growth is taking you into a place where you can stand strong and completely independent. And that is the direction that you're going in. So we go back to that first card, the card of the clearing and the cleansing. And I just want to point out that when we hold on to things that are in the dark shadows, when we hold on to things that we no longer need, then that becomes an anchor that holds you back and holds you down. This is why the cleaning and the clearing is important right now, because you are moving into bringing in this power, bringing in this magic power, and you are moving into an evolutionary phase, an experience. The next year ahead is going to be filled with experiences that teach you profound lessons in such a way that you will find yourself evolved at the end of the year. Okay, let's take out your next oracle card. You have Bat. Invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. So here we are again with that thought of evolution and change. Bats are very good at navigating the darkness. They can uncover or discover what lies in the darkness. So this card just reinforced the other two to say you're preparing for a change, and that part of preparing for this change is going to require you to uncover your shadows within. So cleaning your environment and yourself is a preparation for doing that kind of work. It's going to get your mind in the right mindset to do that kind of work. As above, so below, as without, so within. So if you can't right away figure out how to get into the shadow work, start by simply cleaning your home, cleaning yourself, like give yourself a spa day. Doing those things will prepare your mind for the work that it needs to do. And you might find while you're cleaning, your mind automatically goes there. Okay, so we're talking about preparing for this big, important change coming up ahead. And so we know now how to be ready for the power that's coming into you. And we know now that it's going to be a very important year, because it's going to be a year where at the end of it, you become empowered to be authentically yourself and to have the capacity to stand alone. And I wanted to put it that way specifically, because I'm not saying that you can't be in a romantic partnership or have a family of your own. But even in that situation, I don't care if you're a mother of 10, and with a devoted husband, you're still an individual and you still have an independent life. Now, the moments of independence might be fewer and further between than someone who is, say, single, but nobody lives and nobody lives without having an independent life. Your own, even if it is just your own thoughts and your own perspective, that creates your independent life. But in truth, there is more, because no matter who you are, you have things in your life that are just for you. Things in your life that are just yours, that you don't necessarily share with everyone. We all do that because we need to do that. We need to have those things that allow us to feel individual. A sense of autonomy is healthy psychology. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment to put the oracle cards away, and we're going to clear for the tarot reading. And now for those of you who aligned with Sarah Sanderson, we're going to turn to the tarot to learn more about your personal magic power. I have laid out the tarot cards to answer certain questions about the magic power that you hold. And so, with card number 1, I'm asking, what is your power? And with card number 2, why do you have this power? And card number 3, how will you be implementing the power? Card number 4, how do you develop or strengthen the power? And with card number 5, how much momentum, how fast will this be entering into your life? And card number 6, where is this power leading you? And so we'll begin with our first card. And this is the card that tells you what the nature of your power is. And the card we have received is the Lovers. The Lovers can stand for many things, but since we are asking about your personal magical power, I would look at the joining of the two as a blessed union. In the typical Rider-Waite-Smith tarot depiction, there is a man and a woman standing in a garden, much like Adam and Eve, and above them is an angel. And so these opposites would stand for the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The male being the conscious mind, the female being the subconscious, and the celestial being, the angel, the superconscious mind, where we all share a collective consciousness. That collective consciousness is where we hold the understanding of the archetypes that we see, like in the depictions of the tarot, or the ones that exist in our stories. So that brings us back to that high priestess card. This connection, this unification between conscious, subconscious mind leads us to the ability to perceive the superconscious, which is to perceive what lies in the collective consciousness. This means that we're talking about divination. We're talking about the ability to read the psychic energy. The superconscious energy, that celestial energy, it carries within it divine light. Divine light is love, the power of love. And the thing to understand is when we say that love is your power, this is no small thing. Love is the greatest power in the universe. Love is a powerful, high vibrational energy, and it is overwhelmingly purifying. So understand that holding this power of love is an incredible power to contain. If you have ever listened to the stories of those who have crossed over and returned, they speak of experiencing this divine light. And when they return, they are forever changed. They are forever changed by being in that light, even just for a moment. So in the same sort of way, you are someone, your power is to embody this light. You have the ability to be a vessel for this divine light. And that is why you're being told with our oracle, you know what, actually, let me put this down. I am going to put the oracle back out because it is part of what we're talking about. It should be here. Forgive me a moment. I'm going to put this out. Maybe I'll just cut to where I've already put them. Do you remember this broom card that we just spoke about? And the broom card was talking about cleaning, cleansing yourself, cleansing your environment. Why? So that you have the capacity to become this vessel for divine light. And that moment of taking that light in and holding it and shining it like a beacon, that moment is coming for you very soon. It's time to prepare. Okay, there we go. I feel much better keeping the oracle cards out. They should be here. They're part of this reading. They're going to continue to inform us throughout the reading as they just did. The broom card came back into relevancy as we are learning about what your particular power is. Okay. So this is such a beautiful, precious, and darling gift because you have the ability to shine divine light upon those around you. You have received this blessing to be this vessel. And when its glow falls on those around you, reminding them of their divine origins and of the divinity within themselves. And because you cast this light, you become mysterious and wondrous, and you embody this mystifying allure wherever you shine your light. And this is your power. This is your magic. It is so sweet and so tender because it is simply by allowing your light to shine, although it's not just yours, you're channeling divine light. Allowing that divine light to shine is an incredible healing energy as it shines on others, touching their hearts and reminding them too that they have this light within. The second card is asking why. Why have you been chosen to get this power? And here we have the Ace of Candles. This card says that you are discovering what ignites your soul, what purpose, what divine purpose gives you enthusiasm for life. And this is telling you that you are at the beginning of a great new adventure which is going to follow this divine purpose. And you are beginning to embody that purpose now. So the reason why you have this power is because you were divinely chosen to carry it. It is your purpose to simply shine divine light. For the next card, we're looking at how will this be implemented? And here we have the Six of Pumpkins, which is to say what to do with the power that you're given is to be generous, to show kindness and generosity to those around you. We must remember to hold on to our boundaries. This goes back to that black cat card that yes, we can be luminous, but we must also protect our light. Independence is protected by the boundaries that we set. And so bear in mind that you must be aware of when a person is or is not appropriate with you. And when someone is taking too much, then you know it is time to protect your light. However, in general, your purpose is to be generous with the light, is to shine it upon others and to show them kindness and acceptance and understanding. So how do you do the divine work? How do you strengthen this power? And the answer is the Seven of Candles. This will correspond with the Seven of Wands. And this is about what we were just discussing. It's about holding your ground and setting your boundaries and not allowing others to sway you. Hold on to your truth, hold on to your perspective, regardless of the voices around you. This is a very strong card of holding your ground, but also having the high ground. You have the advantage because you are standing in truth. So what is the momentum? We are preparing for this energy to come in. We are preparing to do the work that we will need to do with the energy. How quickly will this come in? How soon will we see it? And the answer to that is the Chariot. So the answer is very swiftly. The Chariot charges forward, never looking back. and swiftly in alignment with purpose. So yes, it is urgent for you to prepare now because this energy is coming in quickly. I was just now drawn to the image of the full moon, so that may have to do with the timing. And then we ask, where is this power leading you? You do the work, you bring in the light, and then what happens? And here we have the 9 of Potions. This would be like the 9 of Cups card. This is a very beautiful card to receive because it is about the ability to stand independently in the world, empowered by yourself. This is not to say that you are single forever, but only that even if you are in a romantic relationship, and of course you will have meaningful relationships in your life, but you are still individual. And as that individual, you have an independent life and a strong ability to stand independently in the world. You are secure in your finances. You are secure in yourself, in your self-worth, and in your sense of purpose and fulfillment. So that is the place where following this divine path will lead you. I'd like to continue to get some more details. And so I'm going to go to another tarot deck here. Okay, and this is the Witch's Tarot. Let's see if we can just get more details from here. I'm going to take a moment now to talk about Sarah Sanderson's song. She sings that very haunting tune to enchant the children to follow her. And in the story, of course, she has a nefarious purpose. But it is that sort of quality of enchantment that you embody in this power, knowing that it is going to involve emotional wisdom, but with the High Priestess card representing you, it is also going to involve knowledge and scholarship. Wanting to understand a little more about your power, and here we have Ace of Pentacles. So that Ace card is telling you that following this divine path brings you this shiny new beginning of prosperity. There is something along the way, and I can't say a specific job or a specific career, but there is something that you will become enlightened to. There is a path that you are drawn to by when you embody this light and do that divine work, you're going to fall into alignment with it. And so the divine purpose is going to bring money in for you, and the money is going to come in quick. and it's going to come in plentiful. So there may have been some earthly concerns regarding your life at this time, and this may be causing some interference with your ability to be in union with higher vibrational energy. But you are to know, to trust that following the path will bring the money in. With the Ace of Candles, we spoke of the energy of starting to embrace a new passion, discovering a new passion to pursue in life. And beneath that, we have this Two of Swords energy. So another reason to do the cleaning and the cleansing is that this path might currently be blocked at this time. But you're to notice the strength of this woman in the card. I'm drawing her a little closer to the camera, but there we go. I want her to be in focus. This woman is a fighter. You can tell by the way, by her posture, and you can see the strength in her form. And right now she's blind because of the blindfold, which is to say it's not a permanent condition. Notice the little fairies here in the card seem to have fallen asleep over the flowers, which is to say that your channel to the divine is dormant, and that is because of this block. But if she was to take off that blindfold, if she was to stand up and turn around, look at the beautiful, beautiful environment that awaits her, the beautiful pathway ahead. And so, embrace your passion. Embrace that inspiration as it comes in and follow that through. If you do the cleansing of the Broom card, then you will be able to break away from that Two of Swords blocked energy. Okay, and here we have the Hanged Man, and this is the effect that you may have on others as you go into that energy yourself. And this is what I mean. In your divine purpose, you are meant to remind others of their divinity. And you remind them by being in that energy yourself. And so this causes this moment of a pause and a change. The thing about the Hanged Man is it refers to Odin hanging from the tree. And he hung from the tree so that he could see things from a new perspective, to discover the truth. And that is what's happening in this image, which is why there's a divine light around the Hanged Man's head. Your perspective will be changing rapidly as the light comes in. And as you shine your light, this is the effect it will have upon others. They too will be pausing and reconsidering, because they will begin to feel something within themselves that maybe they have never felt before or haven't felt for a very long time. So when we spoke of the Seven of Candles, and I talked about standing in your strength and how you have the advantage because you are standing in truth, nothing can say that's stronger than the Ace of Swords. This is the ultimate sword of truth. This is clear focus, a pure mind. This is purity of soul and mind in unison. And with all these aces coming out, we had the Ace of Pentacles, we had the Ace of Candles, we have the Ace of Swords. This would be like the Ace of Wands. You're getting every ace in the deck so far. I'm going to be very curious to see if another one comes out. You almost have every ace in the deck, which means there is a strong divine light shining on your path ahead. The Chariot. And to understand that further, we have the Two of Cups. So this tells me there is going to be a partnership. In this card, it's absolutely illustrating marriage, and it could be a marriage. But it might also just be like a business partnership, a partnership of purpose. But there is someone coming in who's going to have a powerful influence on not an influence. They're going to help you learn. They're going to help you learn how to bring in the divine light, hold the divine light, shine the divine light. All the aspects of this and the knowledge that goes with it, they are going to help you learn it. This is someone coming in who's helping you learn very quickly and in a very powerful way how to connect to that psychic gift. And we ask ultimately, where is this leading you? And for an ultimate goal or direction, there is nothing more beautiful than the Ten of Cups. This is complete happiness and fulfillment in life. All the cups are filled, and there's so much joy that it shines like a rainbow. Also representing the chakras all in alignment. So shining their light beautifully forward, shining over your life. And this is because you're in complete joy and fulfillment. So for those of you who have chosen the Sarah Sanderson card, you have quite the powerful path ahead. Holding on to that divine light is going to be a challenge. In this world, we are constantly barraged with negative energy. So you're going to need that help of that teacher coming in or that partner coming in who is going to show you the way to fulfill your divine purpose by shining this light. And it's coming in fast and coming in a powerful way to help you. And you should not fear your earthly stability. Divine will provide. The money will come in. I like to, at this time, pull some oracle cards for advice going forward. What are some final thoughts we can leave you with? And what I have first here is a card of expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Simply said, and yet not so simply done. It is very difficult if you've ever been in a position to receive negative feedback. It is very difficult to not go into a defensive energy in response. Yet, that is what is meant here when they say don't seek anyone's approval. Because being defensive is to say that you're hurt or not okay if you don't have that person's approval. And then the very first thing a person will do when you give them that power is withhold it. Withhold approval. It is just human nature that they would enjoy having that over you. And so you must learn to be in beautiful alignment with yourself and be content with your own approval. And our final thought today is the Throne card, which reminds you that your potential is endless. And I love that each of the women here has her own definition of power. And though they are each quite different, and would each most certainly have different perspectives on what power is, look how they sit equally upon their thrones. Which is to say that you don't need to compare yourself with others. You don't need to be like anybody else. You can stand in your power in your own way, and it is not diminished by being different. And there is no limit to what your power can do or where it can take you. And so take a moment now to feel that open potential. And this concludes the Magic of the Witch reading for those who chose the Sanderson sisters. And for my Mooncats on this path, I say you are certainly here on earth to fulfill a divine purpose, and rejoice in that, and have faith in that, and empower that through knowledge, and empower that through a way of life that shows you self-respect. And self-respect, we do that by taking care of ourselves in all the ways that needs to be done. And so make sure that you do that. And maybe even take a little extra time to pamper yourself, as that's going to help you prepare for what comes ahead. I thank you, viewers, for watching this video. I'm so very happy I was able to deliver this message to you, as I can see that you are here for an important purpose. If you have enjoyed this video, then please select the like button. It does help my channel to grow. And if you're interested in further readings, please, by all means, subscribe. And if you visit my channel, Mooncat Tarot, you will find the Halloween read-a-thon playlist, where I have posted other videos with Halloween themes that you may find fun and interesting. For now, I thank you for watching and hope to see you in another video. For those of you who chose Winifred Sanderson or the Magician card, this is your reading. To begin with, we understand who the Magician is. The Magician is the divine manifester. The person with the power to bring what is in spirit into earthly form. The person with the power to shape existence into the form that they choose to shape it into. The person who would create the structure of their own path ahead. And so in this reading of the magic of the witch, we're going to examine exactly what your power is. And then we're going to look at different aspects of that power. And so I've laid out some tarot cards to answer these questions. And in card number 1, the question is, what is your power? In card number 2, the question is, why? Why have you been given this power? And question 3, how are you implementing this power? How will you use it or apply it? And question 4, how do you develop or strengthen this power? Question number 5, what momentum does this power have? How quickly is it coming into your life? And in question number 6, where is this power leading you? We'll get to those tarot cards in a moment. And right now, I want to turn to the Oracle, the Season of the Witch, and we'll get some initial guidance for the reading. Your first Oracle card is Broom. If you have seen the first reading, then you know that this also came out as the first Oracle card in that reading. It makes sense that it's very relevant. The Broom card says, what dreams may come from what you seek, make room, make way, a clearing need be. So the suggestion here is to cleanse your energetic field, cleanse your psyche, cleanse your physical environment, your physical body. A great cleansing needs to take place. So this is the time to roll up your sleeves and do a spring cleaning, to give yourself a pampered day of personal care, and to sage the rooms in your house with the windows open. Give yourself, let the fresh air through, let the sage carry any negative energy out, and cleanse your environment as well. And the reason that you need to do this at this time is to prepare yourself in your environment and in your body to receive and embrace the spiritual energy that you will need in order to manifest your power. I'll just put this here. Now the second card that we have, Witch. With the Magician card in combination with this card, it's just so very clear that this is your magic power. You are a magical practitioner. You are a witch. To cast spells, to make potions, to use crystals and herbs. You are meant to create magic. This card also says that your power comes from earth energy or from connection to nature. And so that is very fitting in with the practice of magic, especially in the case of using herbs or using the ingredients, the natural ingredients of a spell. So what does it mean to be a witch? Well, it means that you can move energy, influence energy, and that you can do that in such a way to create the outcome that you wish. And you can do this for yourself, or you can do this in service to others and help them by giving them healing spells or guidance in life, or using gifts basically to heal and nourish. The witch is a woman of wisdom. Note that Winifred is shown here with her book, also denoting a woman of wisdom. You have ancient wisdom within you, and the presence of this card is confirmation of that. You are an embodiment of ancient wisdom, and you can tap into that wisdom when your energy is clear, which is why the broom card asks you to prepare. If you haven't already begun to craft, you are encouraged to craft and to develop that skill. Okay, let's take a look at the next card. All right, so the next card is Healer. And this is a powerful confirmation. One thing that was said in the guidebook is that it is especially true that you are a witch if the healer card is also pulled. And look what came next. And this is honest, sincerely honest, just shuffling. This is what came out in the cards. It is the way it was. And so you are to use energy and intuition, and you are called to use that to be a healer. And if you want to understand what a healer is, you can see examples in almost every religion. So the healer would be like a medicine man or woman, or the priest or priestess, or excuse me, the priest or priestess or wise ones, those who would be well learned in the ways of spirit, so they are able to guide others. This is time for you to initiate yourself as one of the wise ones. You are meant to be a guide to other people. You are meant to be the healer in the community. And whether that's for your family, your neighborhood, or even if you're doing this through social media, but you are meant to be the healer in a community. And it may be that you've thought about doing that. So that would be like multiple forms of therapy, or Reiki traditions, or even being a tarot reader, or perhaps you're a psychic. So it's time now to put your trust where your intuition guides you, to know that this is confirmation that you are who you believe yourself to be. And the beautiful thing is that with the gifts you've given, with your ability to practice, that you now have the opportunity to use that for the good of others, to help them create their path. And that is your unique gift to give to the world. Put this part away as well. Okay. So with the guidance of the Oracle, we're ready to begin to examine the tarot cards next. And we start with the first card, card number 1. And we're asking with this card, what is your power? And here we have the Queen of Candles. So the Queen of Candles has a very warm energy to her. She's very nurturing, and she is inspiring to those around her. She is a comfort when there is a time of crisis, and she helps others when they are lost along their way, when they are lost on their path. She provides comfort when the road is hard to travel. And so the Queen of Wands, as your power, is a strong empath, a powerful empath who, using that gift, is able to help others in their process of pain. It is pain and trauma and difficult experiences that makes us lose our way along our path. So that is the connection there, that through the empathy you have and the gift of magic, you can assist those who are lost. Your empathy provides guidance back to connection with their intuition, teaching others to reconnect when they have lost that connection. And the practice of magic physically helps them to heal, or physically helps them to change direction or change an outcome in their life. And so all of it is coming together to be this very it is a very social gift that you have, because you are part of a community. The magic practitioner has always functioned as having a role to the society or the group that they are part of. And it's in the study of anthropology, you find that the shaman or the magician of the group usually lives far away, right on the edge of the territory that is the main living area, and then maybe the border of the forest that is wild. And they're always on that edge, which is an interesting physical representation of their balance between two worlds. But also it is because naturally one who holds power is feared by those who do not have it. And for peace of mind, it was easier for the shaman or the magician to live on the outskirts of town, and that way people going about their general day don't have to think about the power of the magician. Okay, let's move on now. We want to keep examining the role of your power in your life, and what we're going to look at next, card number 2, is why. Why are you given this power? Why do you have it? And the answer is the King of Lightning. All right, let's take a close look. The King of Lightning relies on his good judgment, and this makes him an excellent ally because he has a calculating mind. And this may seem a bit domineering. It's like a domineering aspect, but the judgment is always fair, and that is why there is he's led by this judgment leads the way. So we're looking at here, what is very interesting to me is what we're seeing here. I'm picking back up the first card. Whatever your physical gender may be, here we have a picture of your feminine and your masculine aspects. Remembering that we all embody both energies. So that nurturing empath is your more feminine side, and the clear judgment is the power or the assertion of the masculine side of your energy. Okay, so why do you have this power? To use your judgment to be an ally for those who don't have that clear judgment for themselves. And then we're moving on now to how are we implementing this power? What do we do with it? Okay. So, as we ask how we are implementing this power, and we have the Six of Lightning. So, this says a lot about where your power comes from. And then we'll get to how you're using it in a moment. But this says a lot about where your power comes from, because it says that there are painful scars from your past that run very deep within you. There has been trauma. But this card is also saying that the days of that trauma are over. The days of being struck by this lightning is over. The tormenting part is done. You are now finding your way to a clearer sky. And you've been through all that you have been through for a reason. You have persevered through so much, and yet there is just one little last thing to do. It is as if you've been running a marathon and now you've got just a few more steps to go. And that last little bit that you must do is to find the strength to persevere beyond the pain to the place of recovery. Okay. Why have you been through this horrible experience? Why have you been through these challenges? Why have you been through so much pain? It has been part of your schooling. Earth is a school. And this is what, how the Spirit would describe the reason for earthly life. That it is a place where we learn. And your path, your lessons have been challenging ones, very difficult ones. So with the empathy of that Queen of Candles and clear judgment, see, this is what has given you those powers. Both of those powers come out of those experiences. The empathy that you have for others is because you've been through what they've been through. And the judgment that you have now, the clear, concise judgment to be able to look at a person and know whether they are truthful or not. To know what is right or what is wrong. That clear judgment you have also earned through the struggles that you have been through. So this card has shown us where your power has come from, but also what it is meant to do. And now that you have learned these things, you can turn around to help those who are coming up behind you. You can now help those who are similarly traumatized, who are similarly hurt. And that is the way that your power will be used. Okay, so let's go on to card number 4. How do you develop or strengthen this power? And for card number 4, we have the Queen of Potions. So this would be the energy to be in to strengthen your power. This is another feminine that is very nurturing. This would be like the Queen of Cups. So she's the ultimate nurturing persona. And her greatest power, her greatest gift is her ability to connect to her intuition. The Queen of Cups is deeply intuitive. She leads or rules by her intuition. And so the way to strengthen your gifts and your abilities is to strengthen your connection, your positive connection with your intuitive guidance, your inner intuition. And then we're asking about the momentum. How quickly is this coming in? And here we receive a 10 of lightning. The 10 of lightning card here would be like the 10 of swords. And so we have further confirmation that you have had a very difficult road through life. And there are many scars that are affecting you. And many challenges that have left you feeling worn out. The message of the card here in this position is to say that your gifts will be at their strongest when you are able to heal from the pain of the past and no longer look back to the past, but instead look forward to see who you are becoming and what you are going to be. So it's to worry not over what has been in the past anymore. And then finally, where is this leading you when you embrace this power? And here we have the card of Temperance. Hold that up a little higher. Now, Temperance is a beautiful card of being in balance. It's a card of healing from anything that has thrown us off balance. And it also means that you are able to embody a balance between the spiritual and the physical. And this is a good place for your energy to be in if you are to practice magical crafts. Okay, so at this time what I'd like to do is turn to the Witch's Tarot, and we're going to get some more detailed information about the answers we've seen laying out here. Okay. So I am going to try... No, I'm going to leave things as they are. Never mind that. Okay, let's begin again at the first card where we asked what your power is. And our answer was this beautiful, warm empathy that you have earned. And here we see that the Six of Wands beneath it. Now with the Six of Wands beneath it, that card is telling us that embracing this power and allowing yourself to be empowered in this way, it brings you to a beautiful moment of this personal success, this achievement, but not just within yourself, but also recognized achievement by the external world. So it brings you great inner and outer feelings of accomplishment and success. And so in the second card, we asked why you have this power. We learned that so that you can be a powerful ally for others. And beneath this card, we have the Five of Cups. This is yet another card alluding to sorrow and grief in the past, difficult experiences in the past. Spilled cups means that there was a deep emotional investment that did not succeed, did not work out, and so it has been spilled to the ground. But the other element in the Five of Cups is to realize that there are still cups standing. This is not the time to give up, because the right cup to lead you forward is still there. So this is something you have gone through in your life, and also it is exactly what you're going to help others process through. Your experience, your wisdom, your knowledge, and your practice will be to help those who are going through the same things you've been through. And so we asked about how you are to implement this power. And we learned that we are drawing on the strength that comes to you from having overcome the wounds of the past. And then this is followed with the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles means that this is steadily building and steadily growing your success. And in this case, your spiritual power. So we see Pentacles, what I want to point out with the Pentacles is that the gold coin does represent money, and yet that star upon them, that pentacle upon them, represents spiritual energy. So the card can stand for both, the physical and the spiritual. You are steadily building and steadily growing your power, and how you can implement it is because you have what you have. I keep wanting to say built, but in this case, it's more like what you have grown, what you have nurtured. And then in card number 4, we asked, how do you strengthen this power? And it was by connecting to intuition and being in that Queen of Cups energy. And then beneath that, we have the Eight of Swords, which is to say, the Eight of Swords is a person who is bound by a limiting belief, but is in illusion, because that limit is not what she perceives it to be. Look at the placement of the 8 swords. If she was to turn around, she's perfectly free to move in that direction. She's also able to pick up one of those swords and remove her bindings, remove her blindfold, So when we talk about developing and strengthening your power, this would be by connecting to intuition and releasing the illusion of limiting beliefs. In card number 5, we asked about the momentum of this gift or this power. How quickly is it coming into your life? And what we found in the tarot, the Hocus Pocus tarot, we found that it comes in when you can heal from the past scars. And this is supported by the Three of Wands. And the Seven of Wands has a similar energy, or sorry, the Seven of Pentacles has a similar energy, which is that of a slow build and a slow yield. And that is just fine because this foundation is solid and there is a vast amount of time and experience ahead of you yet. When we ask where all of this is leading, we got the Temperance card. And this was the most beautiful card of having healed, being in that final state of having healed and finding yourself once again in balance. And this also speaks to the balance between the spiritual and the physical. And as a magical practitioner, that will be the skill that you develop. The card supporting this is the Death card, which, considering all of the context of this reading, is actually a great relief and a beautiful promise, because the Death card speaks of something coming to an end permanently. This isn't you, but in this case, remembering the reference to your scars and the need to heal, what's coming to an end is that suffering, the state of suffering, because you are in balance and in transformation. That's what those two cards together, I'll pull them up so you see what I'm saying. That's what these two cards together are telling you. That not only will you balance out, but this is also going to be a powerful transformation which ends the trials and the suffering that you've been through. And now you're going to be able to collect the fruits of your labors and turn that into a beautiful bounty. Okay, so I will just emphasize again, do not fear that Death card, because in the context of this reading, what is coming to an end is the darkness, and it's the light that you're coming into with the Temperance card. All right, well, as we're getting prepared to close this reading, I'm going to look for some cards of some guidance and support on your path. And to do that, I'm calling from the Oracle, Believe in Your Own Magic. Okay. And so we'll get a couple of cards from that deck just to give us our final thoughts. The final card is Lioness. I'm sorry, there will be one more. But the first Oracle card is Lioness. And it says that you have earned all your stripes. So that makes me think, maybe they should have called it tigress, but okay. So sometimes the way we grow is by being scarred. Is by going through something difficult. But you have come incredibly far. All right. I'm looking at this whale in the distance, and I'm thinking of, that may be a mermaid for all we know. But I'm interpreting it as, it made me think of the white whale. And how very far away it is, on how very near to the horizon it is. It's half submerged, which means it's coming into conscious resolution. You've been through very hard times, but they're far behind you now. You have the sun to look forward to. And you have every reason to be proud of your journey. When we are challenged in such a hard way, you are not going to be perfect through those kinds of experiences. And even people who have not been challenged cannot be perfect themselves, because there really is no such thing as perfection. There are just too many possibilities. So this is to say, to not look back with judgment, but with acceptance and love, to give yourself the same empathy that you would give to others. And when you do remember how difficult and how painful it all was, look at that as proof that you can survive anything. And the final thought for today is the Sword card, which is telling you very clearly to make the change. As any woman knows, it can be a difficult decision to wear short hair, but she has having the courage to go through with it. Make the change. So this is where that broom card comes back into play again. You have a very challenging transformation ahead of you, and it can be accomplished, but it's going to help a great deal if in the process of that you cleanse your energy first, your environmental energy, your body energy, your mental energy, your psyche. Make sure you're doing all the work you can to clean your energy. This is also saying to remember to trust your instincts. Go ahead, make the change. You can trust your instincts. And not only can you do it, but you can do it with a complete confidence that, one, it is the right thing to do, and two, it is going to succeed. Well, that concludes our reading of The Magic of the Witch for the Winifred group. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It makes me very happy to convey these messages to you. And if you did find something valuable in them, then please take a moment to click on the like button. as this gives me support and helps my channel to grow. If you liked this reading, then you might want to check out some of my other Halloween-themed readings, and you can find them on my channel, Mooncat Tarot, and on the playlist, Halloween Read-a-thon. There's a new video coming out each night leading up. Each night of the week of Halloween leading up to the hallowed evening itself. So I hope that you have enjoyed your experience here tonight. I thank you, and I hope to see you in another video. For those of you who chose Mary Sanderson or the Moon card, this one is for you. Welcome to your reading of the Magic of the Witch. So in this reading, we're going to examine what magical powers do you hold. And then we're going to look at different aspects of that power. And I have laid out some tarot cards, which we're going to get to later. And these tarot cards are answering each a question regarding the power that you have. And so here for card number 1, we ask, what is the power? What is your power? And in card number 2, why do you have this power? Then in card number 3, how are you implementing this power? How do you use it in life? And in card number 4, how do you develop or strengthen this power? In card number 5, what is the momentum of this power? How soon is it coming into your life? And in card number 6, where is this power leading you? But to begin the reading, I'm going to start with some oracle guidance. And we're turning to the oracle cards from the Season of the Witch. Your first card from that oracle is Intuition. This card says, you hold the answers, you know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. You have a powerful spiritual team, and your intuition is your connection to them. And this card is encouraging you to develop your intuition, your intuitive gifts, and your intuitive insight. This is your great power. And the second card to come out for you is Spider. What a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. The spider is a powerful manifester. We have animal spirit guides that assist us in our walk through life. I encourage you to look into the spider as an animal totem or an animal spirit guide and look for the meaning of the spider there. Spider has the gift of writing as well as the powerful gift of manifestation. And the reason why is because the spider knows to cast her web and wait with full confidence that what she needs will come to her. And so this is the most powerful way to manifest. Put the intention out there and then let go. Let go of any expectations for the outcome. Let go of any anxiety around whether or not it will happen. If you feel the way that I do, and you are terrified of spiders, if you feel this way, then look to the spider as your shadow totem. And that is a possibility as well. So when you have a shadow totem, that is the animal guide to help you reveal what is hidden within. And it seems that if that is the case, if this is a shadow totem for you, then what is hidden within, what you have yet to recognize, is your powerful ability to manifest in your life. All right, now your third card from the Oracle is of Healer, and this card has come out before. And it makes sense that it would, because this is about those who are on a spiritual path. But the Healer is not only on that path. The Healer card is for those whose purpose in life is to help guide others on their spiritual path. And so you are given this purpose to be a healer, to be someone who rises in spiritual knowledge and experience to the point that you're able to now guide others on their path. So this just gives us some context before we turn to the tarot to understand what gifts and powers we're talking about. Okay. You may notice I adjusted my camera a bit because I wanted to get all the cards in there. Okay, so let's begin with this tarot reading. What is your power? And here we have the Queen of Lightning. You can tell by the expression on her face, this queen takes no guff. You can't lie to this queen. And why not? Her intuitive powers are too strong. You have the intuitive ability to always see the truth. And that is powerful. And it's not just to tell whether or not someone is lying, but it also is to tell which path is the correct path, which choice is the correct choice. And your ability to know that comes quick. The knowledge is quick, like a flash of lightning. So this is a reinforcement of that intuition card that we got in the Oracle. This is just a reinforcement that your intuition is strong and very powerful. And that is, when the cards come together like this, sometimes it's almost overwhelming, because look at how that reinforces the meaning of the moon. And the moon is a card of intuition as well. So here we have 3 cards already reinforcing the powerful intuitive guidance that you have, like a spiritual GPS for within your psyche. Okay, card number 2 is why you have this power. And we have the Page of Candles. We see the page in this very playful energy. And you have this very playful spirit. And the reason that you are given the gifts that you have, and the reason that you have these qualities, is to lead your life as an example to others, reminding them to be in this spirit. The Page of Candles never loses her wonder for life. She remains filled with this childlike optimism, not childish, but childlike. And it is this beautiful sense of wonder and excitement about being alive. That is the energy that you embody. And the reason, again, is so that as others observe the way that you approach life, they too can be encouraged by your example. So often we become disillusioned. So often we become burdened. And life begins to be devoid not only of purpose, but also of joy, of any sense of reason. But with your example, you're showing others that life never needs to become that dreary sort of dredge, that it is entirely possible to live on and on in this energy of being eager to wake up each day and experience what life has to bring. And that is the Page of Candles energy. Okay, so how are you implementing this power? And we have the Six of Pumpkins. And with the Six of Pumpkins, what that means is that your power is abundant enough within yourself and stable enough within yourself that you have plenty to share and give to others. And it is with this kindness, this spirit of kindness and generosity that you share your energy with others. And that is how you implement your gift. How do you develop or strengthen your power? Here we have the King of Lightning. The King of Lightning has clear, incisive judgment. And so much like the first card we got, defining your power as the Queen of Lightning. And so to strengthen it is to practice it, to continuously reinforce this powerful intuition that you have. And also that means that when you get an intuitive hit that tells you something, you believe in it and you follow it. And each and every time you do that, the strength of it grows because you're building a relationship with this part of yourself. The more trust you can give to that relationship, the stronger it becomes. Okay, and then we ask for the momentum. We're asking for some timing here. How quickly will this be coming into your life? And here we have the Ace of Potions. And so what this is telling us is it's coming into your life as a new cycle is beginning, because the Ace of Cups is all about a fresh start. Potions is cups in this case. So the Ace of Cups is all about having a fresh start, and it's overflowing with beautiful, wonderful opportunity for what lies ahead. And the opportunity is for complete fulfillment. Okay, and so let's go to the final card. Where is this power leading you? Two of Potions. So you are, as you develop and become strong on your own, you're drawing to you a partner who is going to join you on your path and help you continue to develop and grow. This is the kind of partner that is going to collaborate well with you. Now, this could be a romantic partner, or it could be someone else who's doing the same line of work, who is going to become, well, not really a mentor, more of a peer, someone on the same level. And you will be, for each other, a source of strength. Now, there's more to the Two of Potions or Two of Cups card. There's another aspect to it. So though I do see it leading you into this collaboration, this collaborative endeavor that you're going to create with someone, I do also think that it's applying to your internal development. And so when we see that Two of Cups, we're talking about being able to balance the opposites within ourselves. Okay. So now I'm going to bring out the Witch's Tarot, and I'm going to try to get some more details on each of these cards to see if we can get some more information out about them. So once again, as we ask, what is your power? Here we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. If we look at Pentacles, we see that shiny coin representing money. But we see also the pentacle on top of the coin representing spirit. And so with the Eight of Pentacles, this is someone who takes a great amount of care to create each pentacle. This is someone who is building a skill, building an ability. Notice the raven standing on the back of the chair. The raven is a psychopomp, or a connection between the physical and the spiritual. One who guides us back and forth from the spiritual to the physical, and the physical to the spiritual again. Okay, so when we ask about the nature of your power, we're again talking about doing that work of reinforcing your intuition and developing your spiritual gifts through practice and through the successful completion of a skill, building your intuitive skills and making them stronger and stronger. And so we see the growth on the side here of each and every addition, making it stronger and stronger. The card that came out for this one is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles builds slowly and securely. And so this is an indication of finding a secure home and finding a secure partner. That's not exactly the question we were asking, but it seems to be saying that this is where it's leading you. Not just where and how you're using your power, but this is where your power is taking you. And I'm wondering, dear reader, do you have Pentacles on the mind? Because our first two cards to come out are those Pentacles. So I want to also point out, if you do have Pentacles on the mind, and we had that Eight of Pentacles card, that's to indicate that money comes in from your work, and your work is respected as being valuable and good. And so know that here we can accept that aspect of the card as well, knowing that whatever work you do involving this intuition, it does lead to security. It does lead to a financial base. If that has been on your mind, then you can be at ease. So in card number 3, we've been asking, how are you to implement your power? And the response we had was by sharing it generously with others. And then we also have here the Justice card. And that is a reminder to you using judgment as we implement this power. So that is to say that there are people who will take advantage, or people who are honestly and frankly undeserving, because they have negative intentions and they are in a negative space. And these are the people who would take and take and take and take and drain. And so when you are sharing your gifts freely with others, then you are also called on to recognize when it is time to shield or time to create a boundary if someone is taking too much. So one way to know if you're in that situation is if you're around an individual who makes you feel drained and tired all the time. So yes, we want to be generous and share with everyone, but the fact of the world is that there are some people out there who would take advantage of that situation. And so judgment comes in, or justice comes in, to help you know when is the right time and when it's not. For card number 4, we asked, how do you develop or strengthen this power? And we got the King of Lightning. So this would be to say that you strengthen the power by reinforcing the power, by using it. And here again, we got the King of Swords. So that actually is the same card twice. That's a strong reinforcement of that message there. So that means every time that you feel an intuitive information, you trust that guidance, you follow that guidance, then your intuition continues to get stronger and stronger, as demonstrated in that Eight of Pentacles card. Okay, for position number 5, we asked, how quickly is this energy coming in? And we receive Karma card. This karma is also called judgment. Okay, so I'm noticing some very interesting things about this card. So judgment is talking about a spiritual awakening. It's a powerful call to wake up to the presence of spirit in yourself and in your life. But the one thing that I found very interesting about this card is that it depicts an eclipse. So you can see the eclipse there in the card. There is an eclipse coming up very soon on November 8th. Actually, on Election Day, there is going to be a blood moon eclipse. And so I see this card together with that ace of potions. And this is telling me that perhaps at the time of this eclipse, a new cycle begins for you. And that is the beginning of the development of this intuitive path. So November 8th is that eclipse. Okay, let's go to the final question. Where is the power leading you? And we have the moon. So that's just a complete reinforcement of the messages about your power here. So to be fully in the moon power is to be deep in your intuition. This is why she can hold a light in the darkness. It's because she has that spiritual GPS, that intuitive guide. Okay, so moon power all the way around. But before we leave your reading, I'd like to turn to a final oracle. This is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. And I'm here I choose to use this oracle just to give us some final thoughts, final guidance as we move ahead. Okay, the first card is Clover. Clover tells you to release your guilt. Guilt is a heavy anchor. Guilt holds you down. It weighs you down. It is an interference with your intuitive gifts. When you can forgive yourself and let go the past, there is a great spiritual light, a spiritual fire that waits you. So if there is something in your past that needs to be reconciled, now is the time to do that work of just sitting with the memory. Open a journal, if you will, or a blank book, and just sit with that memory and let come forth what will. And perhaps you'll find yourself gaining some insight and feel yourself getting lighter if you've been carrying the burden of guilt. The second card coming out is Witch. And this is to say justice is coming. Well, we've had a karma card. Yes, and we've had all this reference to seeing the truth. So perhaps there is someone in your life that has been playing some kind of game with you. If that is the case, know that all is going to be revealed justice is coming. There is the concept of karma here, and that whatever we do comes back to us. If your intentions are well-meaning, that means that good energy comes back to you. But if the intentions are to do harm, then it's negative energy that returns to that person. And it seems that with that eclipse coming up, we're heading into the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. This is a time for karma. So if there are people around you who have been treating you from a negative place, trust that they are getting their karma. And finally, we have card 23. And this one is about confidence. It says it comes with time and practice. And we've been talking very much about reinforcing your gifts through practice by using it. Using it reinforces it. And having more confidence in doing what you do, it takes time. It takes its time sometimes. Because when you've done it so many times, then you will become used to it. And you will find yourself capable time and time again. And the more that you find yourself capable, the more that you follow your intuition and it turns out to be correct, the more confident you will be to turn to that part of you and to use the gift that you have. All right, so this concludes our reading for the magic of the witch, and I hope that you have found it useful. If you have, please go ahead and select that like button at the bottom. If you're interested in further Halloween readings, you can go to my channel, Mooncat Tarot. You'll find the playlist there. For now, I just want to say thank you for watching. I wish you well on the path ahead. And I hope to catch you in another video.